Deadpool and Wolverine, it's out. I've seen it twice now. Me and Joseph are back. We haven't done a pod in a while. I know we did the Acolyte premiere. Yeah, we got a
went
lot to
well,
talk
didn't
about
it?
that. I talked about it with Jesse, obviously, on Always 2. There are every Sunday, guys. Get keen throughout the week for that. Every Sunday with CT5597. Both of our channels live section. But Joseph didn't finish the Acolyte. Fair enough, though. Fair
I've
enough.
seen more than enough
He's seen more than enough.
on all of it.
Yo, but that's.
We'll do a little acolytes at the end. We'll
I
do a
don't know
little
if I
bit of
want to talk
acolytes at
about
the
that
end.
anymore,
You don't know?
man.
That's fine. We don't have
I
to. We
talked
don't
about it
have
on the
to.
channel with Jesse.
Sure.
You haven't finished it. Just Star Wars right now. I'm just this Marvel. All this Marvel
It's,
hype has got me hyped. All this Marvel news and stuff.
Yeah, there's
New
not just
movie and
Deadpool. It's
it's
Deadpool
got
weekend.
yeah. So no, Deadpool and Wolverine review, and then we're gonna talk about the San Diego Comic-Con or the H Hall stuff Marvel presented, and we'll get into a little bit of that. Obviously, that big juicy announcement. But yeah, Deadpool and Wolverine, our review. Joseph, we both saw it. I've seen it twice now. You've only seen it the once, hey?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I do plan on rewatching it. I
Yeah, for
have
sure.
seen.
I want to see it a third time.
I've seen plenty of breakdowns though.
Yeah, I haven't seen it yet.
Plenty of other reviews and reactions to it, and it all seems pretty similar. I'm not quite sure what the critics is, but I know the audience is
Yeah.
quite high,
We'll
and
go
for good
over
reason.
that. Yeah, for sure. Me personally, if you guys saw my Instagram review, you already know my rough thoughts on it. But yeah, no, I loved it. I gave it a 4.5 out of 5 my first time watching, and then second time I gave it a 4 out of 5. Still really high, a 4 out of 5, which is 8 out of
Sure.
10. I just really did enjoy Deadpool and Wolverine. It was this fun. It's that fun movie. It's for a little bit. Then I was falling into the bracket of cinema isn't Marvel. Cinema isn't these big action films.
Spectacles.
Yeah, cinema is like Oppenheimer and like The Godfather, movies like that. Andor was cinema, in the TV show. But you get what I mean. But honestly, I was thinking about it. Deadpool and Wolverine. It's just fun. We need those fun, funny, this laid back. I can escape the reality of the world for 2 hours and just watch something, ease my mind. We need those movies. We can just chill out and have a good laugh. Deadpool and Wolverine is one of those movies. It's fun. It's funny. It just takes your mind off all the other things in this world. And we need movies like that. That's the whole point of what entertainment really is. And movies, yes, they're a form of art, but they're also a form of entertainment. And Deadpool and Wolverine does that really well. And for me, so far, it's pretty rewatchable. The rewatchability is pretty good for this one, especially because there's so
I'd
many
say so.
cameos picking up on them
Yeah.
throughout.
Yeah.
Lots of cameos. But no, it's just a good movie, and the MCU. I hope they learn from this. MCU is obviously there's lots of different genres within the MCU. They have obviously this comedy, they've had horror, they've had action. Obviously, is the main theme. They all are, but we need comedies. And Deadpool and Wolverine applaud that very well. I think it's stepping in the right foot with Marvel. Obviously. Yeah, I think they're going to be in the next, Avengers movie, of course, which is Doomsday, and next few projects for sure coming up. But yeah, it's going to be cool to see these two characters now together, go somewhere else together, something bigger. Obviously, Hugh Jackman in this was amazing as Wolverine. What did you think of them getting around? Oh, Logan died, and Logan, he sacrificed himself for Daphne Keene's character. I'll say I liked it, but what do you think? I think it was fine the way they went with it. They could have done it like that. Like, that's just the logical way, especially with the multiverse now. They can really do anything to bring people back. We've now seen that, obviously, with Robert Downey. We'll get into that. But, yeah, what are your thoughts on them actually getting him back, Wolverine?
So,
Logan?
I wasn't worried with them bringing him back, and I actually didn't think that the intro scene where he's doing his dance to Backstreet Boys.
I love that. I love that.
It's a great scene.
Oh, the song Bye 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 is now just I'm playing it 24/7.
Yeah.
It's great.
I'm not too fussed about him desecrating the scene from Logan and whatnot. That's very Deadpool. What I didn't love about the Logan character is that they did take a different Logan with essentially the same plot, and I felt that Daphne Keene's character was underused, and maybe not underused, but misused. She kind of just gives him a little speech. It felt like they showed giving us a new Logan, but then we had to pretend like it was our Logan.
Yep.
That was kind of my issue with. Probably my biggest issue with it was that it felt like Wolverine was kind of just there to be there, and it was fantastic to see him. Don't get me wrong, and I loved everything when he was there, but it was just kind of.
I do get that. Yeah.
Like he has some emotional scenes, but it kind of feels a bit disconnected considering that he's not our Wolverine.
Yeah. No. I do
he
understand
doesn't have
that.
any connection, or at least we don't see that he has any connection with. Is it X-23 who Daphne Keane plays? Is it Lara?
Yeah.
Her normal name is
yeah.
Lara.
I liked it just because of the fact that it didn't change the other Logan that obviously Deadpool used to share the universe with. I liked it how what are they bringing in now? What are they called? The like most important people of those worlds.
Anchor beings.
Anchor beings. They're bringing that in now, and Logan being the anchor being of Deadpool's universe, of X-Men, whatever. I like that. That was cool. The big question is, who's the anchor being of the MCU? Iron Man's dead, so it's not Tony Stark. Captain America's dead, so it's not him. Who is it?
Well, Cap's not dead. Cap's just old
Steve
and grey
Rogers?
now.
Didn't he die?
No, he's Clint Eastwood now at the end of Endgame.
Yeah, I remember that, but Steve Rogers.
But he didn't. He never died. We haven't seen him die. So Steve Rogers isn't dead. He's just like 98 or whatever.
Yeah, his age actually. Yep.
What
do you think of Chris Evans? Also, Chris Evans' cameo back as.
I think that was great. See, that's
I liked it.
The parts in which I enjoyed.
Johnny Storm in there.
Yeah, being able to see these characters in which I've grown up with, because
the original Blade.
You got to remember when we were young. When maybe we were 10 years old watching Blade, for instance. I wasn't born yet, but
I wasn't, obviously.
Watching Blade, or perhaps the Fantastic Four series. I watched the Fantastic Four series, so Johnny Storm to me, I recognize. And then you've got Elektra.
Yeah.
Not that I ever watched the Daredevil, but I'm sure there were some people out there who did, because
I was like,
came out the year I was born.
I was like, is Ben Affleck's Daredevil gonna pop up?
Yeah.
I was waiting for it, but we obviously didn't get that one.
No. They clearly tried.
They got Henry Cavill. They got someone from these. They got Henry Cavill in there playing a version of Wolverine. That's cool.
Then they got fan casted ones where Henry Cavill, and then we get Channing Tatum as Gambit, which we've been calling for since 2012. And I thought that these were all terrific, just for the people who wanted them. I feel like this was a swan song to represent Fox and Fox fans.
Yep. Yeah, no, for sure. I don't know if you know this yet, but Lady Pill in this one.
Yeah, it's Blake Lively.
By Blake Lively,
and the two kids in there are their kids.
Yep.
There's Matthew McConaughey is Cowboy. Nathan Fillion is in there. There's a bunch of cameos.
Yeah, there's a lot. Yeah, Tom Holland's brother's in there.
Yeah, so there's this movie. I feel like it wants to entertain people. It's a movie driven by fan service,
but I feel like it does it better than No Way Home.
I agree.
But I think also Deadpool getting to break the fourth wall is Deadpool being able to break the fourth wall is like a big pro that they have that opportunity.
But it's also something that they can use wisely, right?
Yeah.
By Deadpool essentially shitting on Disney in this movie.
Yeah, that too.
It kind of gives us a breath of fresh air.
Yeah.
And them saying, right, like he's saying he needs to save Marvel. You know how bad that is to be like to send in
Marvel
the guy who hasn't been in Disney all this time, making fun of Disney all this time, to then be the guy to save them whilst making fun of them.
Yeah.
It goes to show that I think they are listening, and I think they do know what we want, and
at least this side of it, I like that too. That's why this
movie is R18. It's made over 500 million in the box office.
It's hit 900 mil.
It's hit 900 mil.
It hit 900 mil this weekend. Yep.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I know. It's reaching $2 billion, right? Is it gonna hit the 2 billion
not
club?
2, not 2. It'll hit 1.5.
I reckon like 1.7.
Maybe.
It's
Maybe.
going
I think it'll slow
crazy.
down.
Second weekend, it's already made the
Maybe
same.
people will go back. I suppose people will go back for a rewatch.
Yeah.
I suppose people have.
That's what I was gonna say. When we see these characters again, because we are going to. This is not Hugh Jackman's last time playing Logan again. No,
No,
it's not. We're
and
seeing
I
them
think
more,
with
both of them.
with everyone doing well, maybe not Elektra, but we
The
will
others
probably
too.
see. We'll see a Blade movie. I think we
Oh
may
yeah, they're
see a
making
Gambit
one. They're
movie.
making one. They're making a Blade movie, and it's funny. They
Well,
have
they
a
have
callback
been
to
for
this
like 10
one.
years.
Yeah, they're making one for the MCU, and Wesley Snipes'
Yeah,
Blade in this one says,
Blade
I forget what he
Trinity.
says, but he's like, "Oh, I am Blade.
I never liked
I
it.
am the only
Oh,
Blade.
yeah.
There will be only one Blade." And then Ryan Reynolds, Deadpool looks at the camera with a little smirk because they're making a Blade movie that comes out next year.
Mm,
So there is going to be another Blade.
yeah. But Ryan Reynolds
Yeah.
and Wesley Snipes hated each other, and they mentioned that in the movie. In Blade Trinity, they wouldn't have a scene filmed together.
Oh, true.
Yeah.
Huh.
Um,
Wow.
there's a lot. There is
Wow.
kind of a problem with this movie, and if you don't understand the references, it will be hard to get some of the jokes.
Yeah.
The jokes that you do get are very funny, but a lot of the jokes
Yep.
are in the know. So
Yeah, you gotta know.
the lady who plays Elektra was married to Ben Affleck, and they got divorced. And Deadpool kind of toys with that. He mentions, "I heard you lost your Deadpool. I'm sorry to hear that." Something like, sorry, I heard you lost your Daredevil.
Oh my
Um,
god.
and
I
he
really
does the
thought
same
Ben
thing about
Affleck's
Hugh.
Daredevil's gonna pop up.
Oh, I would have liked it.
Wow.
I did have.
Yeah, that's
I
what I
thought
wanted
that
to say about it
the.
being R-rated. Sorry,
Mhm.
we're not going to see them like this again. Whatever they're in next,
No.
they're going to have to be toned down so much, which is a flaw for these characters. These characters should be what they presented to be in
Yeah.
Deadpool and Wolverine. But if they're in an Avengers movie, that's obviously PG. They're getting
I
toned
think
down.
you can get around the other ones not swearing. I'll say Wolverine, for instance, not swearing.
But it's Deadpool's character.
Deadpool.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
But I
Like
think
they can't have fuck in a
I've
PG-13 movie. In this, they said it like 120 times or something.
118. There's been
Yeah.
119 users of the F word.
In
One of them
MCU.
is in Guardians.
One of them Guardians, 118 in
118 in Deadpool.
It's crazy.
Not having just for this instance Wolverine swear, but Deadpool. I think if in some of the comics, I've been reading some comics. I think I don't think they actually do this in the comics, but I think that they'd get away with actually bleeping him.
They could get away
because
they
he's
could make a
breaking the
joke
fourth
out of
wall.
it. They could make a joke out of it.
I think
bleep.
because he's breaking the fourth wall. Just say like at the start, just say there's a movie, it's PG movie.
That's true.
Or even an M movie, and he has like a little scene where you know how he runs off when he's in the TV and he runs off and he goes, "Fuck you, Fox! I'm going to Disneyland."
Yeah.
He could have an interaction with just say Kevin Feige or the Russo brothers, and he's like, "The Russo brothers said that I can swear, but they're gonna censor it every time I do, so you get a beep every time I fucking say fucking fuck." Yeah. And it just bleeps it.
Yeah.
But he says that he's like
Deadpool.
The Russo brothers said that they're gonna censor me if I swear, so something like that. Like I think that's the way that they do it. Is get away with the fourth wall, and then you just get a censor every time, and that'd be funny too.
That would.
If they use it right. If they use it right, it could be very funny.
Yeah. No, that's actually
And they do a thing where, say, Captain America swears, and he's like, "Oh, so he can swear, but I can't." Like, maybe Deadpool makes a joke about I'm only allowed one F-bomb in the movie, so I'm gonna use it wisely. And then he uses it at the start, and he goes, "Crap, I suppose I can't use it anymore."
No, that's true because in PG you can have one F-bomb. Yeah, and he used that at the start accidentally. And you're like, and bleep. And then cuts.
Like, there's so many ways that they could do it. It's just how they do it.
I reckon they could and they will.
I don't think we'll see Deadpool as much as people want, though.
Sure. No.
I really don't think so. I think we'll probably see him in 2 more movies. I don't know how long his contract's for. We'll probably see him in 2 more Avengers movies, and then maybe a last Deadpool movie. Yep. But I imagine we will see Ryan Reynolds move on soon.
Do you think this is going to pass?
Him and Hugh will probably go together.
So the the 2 R-rated movies that are top of the box office is The Joker with Joaquin Phoenix. That's the highest earning at the box office R-rated movie.
At what? 1.1?
1.1, 1.2 or something, yeah. and then Oppenheimer's second with 900 mil. This is
Right.
obviously gonna
This
overtake
will
Oppenheimer.
overtake.
Do you reckon this will beat? It's gonna beat Joker, right? It's gonna become the highest grossing R-rated film.
Yeah, but will Joker 2 beat it then? It depends.
I don't think so.
I think
think
I think
so.
it'll go Deadpool, Joker 2, then
Joker
1.
and Oppenheimer. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So, yeah, the movie introduces a few things. Like, reintroduces a few things. It uses a lot of not just Fox Easter eggs, but there's a lot of Marvel Easter eggs as well, like MCU Easter eggs. In in the movie, it's based right after Homecoming. So everyone's still alive, and when we see Happy, we see in his room there's like a little toy Iron Man helmet, which we see in Iron Man 2,
I saw that.
which Feige confirms to be young Peter Parker.
Yes, yep.
So that makes that canon now.
Yep.
That Tony has it in his office. There's the arc reactor that we see that Tony is then used as his little stone piece that they push out into the water after he dies.
Yep.
There's a number of things. So it's not just Fox stuff, it's also MCU stuff. It kind of, if you do go back and watch and pick up on the things, it kind of just reminds you on how you used to feel watching Marvel. I think that's a good way to say this, is that it's a mix between watching old MCU films, but also an old Fox film.
Yeah, blended.
Yeah, I think that's a good way to... That's how you kind of feel watching it, is just all these nostalgic feelings that they play on. And maybe you do come out with a bias thinking that the movie is amazing when it has plot holes. I thought that it was pretty weak that there was just a Doctor Strange ring in the thing, and blah, 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 blah.
That was poor writing. I gave writing a 2 out of 5 on my rating.
Yeah. But the standout, I think, in this film was the music. The amount
of...
licensed
music was used.
The amount of times that I
made it so good too.
I counted to 10 licensed songs in the film. You know how hard it would have been to get that Madonna song?
I know.
At the end?
Yeah.
Because Madonna doesn't do IPs. She doesn't do licensed music. Apparently, Ryan Reynolds talks about how hard it was, but him and the director, is it Steve Lowry?
Steve Levy, yeah.
Levy. They went there and they spoke to her and they laid out everything. She seemed to like it. Yep. I think it's fantastic.
Me too.
I mean, the scene's a bit weak. They're just holding hands and shit, but it's very Deadpool, and I really don't think that they tried too hard on the story. I really don't think that it was.
They didn't need to, but
they didn't want to make a.
That wasn't what was making the film. Was the story?
No.
It was what we got.
No,
made the film.
It was. It's what they wanted to show us, what they wanted to tell us.
I'm for sure getting a Deadpool and Wolverine pulp. It would look great back there.
Yeah, shirtless.
Yes.
Holy crap, is Hugh Jackman fit?
No, he is. It's bad. For his age, crazy. Gotta love our Aussies, eh? I love the amount of Canadian and Australian jokes too, because Ryan is Canadian and then obviously Hugh, Aussie.
Yeah.
Standout character though? Best character? Dog Pool. Dog Pool. Bro, when he was running in slow motion. Oh!
Yeah. I think there was. It's so hard to pick a favorite character. Deadpool's. I did feel like Wolverine was pushed to the back a bit, but I loved the amount of accuracy that they had with all the cameos. Like, they treated everybody in this film. No matter what kind of Marvel fan you were, you found something entertaining in this film.
Yeah. Yep. It was just fun time, and that's what we need.
Yeah, and I think Bob Iger mentions it with Inside Out 2 and this, that they weren't agenda based. So, not that these movies are saving Disney, but they show what entertaining people can do, what purely entertainment can do. I said it 2 years ago when we watched Top Gun Maverick.
True.
On how much just entertainment, just trying to entertain people.
Exactly. That's what people want with a movie, right? What the general public want. They come to a cinema. Let's just have a fun time with family, with friends, and watch a entertaining movie.
Yeah, and Deadpool promised that, and they delivered on that.
Delivered it. Yeah. I loved it. It was a great
Um,
movie. So fun.
yeah, uh, it, I think they will introduce a few things from this, and that excites me.
Yeah.
I would like to see a Gambit movie.
That yeah. Yeah, it'll happen.
Yeah. Do you want to get to RDJ?
I was gonna say, yeah. Well, overall, let's wrap up our Deadpool review. Obviously, we loved it. Everyone
Sure,
did.
sure.
What'd you give it out of? What'd you give it out of 5 or out of 10? The way you want to scale.
See, I'll do it out of 5, but I'm kind of inclined there for like a 3.5.
Okay. Yep.
Um,
Valid. Fair.
what I loved about it is what I loved about it, right? Like, I love my drops. I love my music,
Yeah.
my movies, and how they work with the choreography, and
Yeah.
I'm big
Yeah,
on that,
me too.
right?
Me too. Yep. Of course.
So I
Me too,
loved all of
especially when you're
that.
a filmmaker. Yeah.
Yeah, the fight scenes I thought were well choreographed. I didn't love the fight scene in the car. I felt like that was unnecessary and
Okay.
a bit forced with some
Okay.
of the
Yeah.
jokes. That was probably my least favorite scene.
I
Was
feel
the
like
fight
that
scene
was dragged
in the
out. That
Odyssey.
that scene. I'm not gonna
Yeah.
lie. Even I think I thought that in the cinema. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. That's yeah.
But yeah, the things I did love, like I did love seeing everybody again.
Yeah.
It's making me feel like that, and I've been gunning for Channing Tatum as Gambit for a long time.
Yep.
I thought some of the jokes around Channing Tatum was some of the
Yep.
best. Like,
Yep.
who's your dialect coach? The Minions.
Yeah.
That's like terrific.
Yep.
But I think I'm inclined to go for a 3.5 just because when you have to watch it as a movie, when you can't use the rewatch value as an excuse to rewatch it,
Sure.
it's harder to watch.
Sure.
If you don't enjoy superheroes, and it'd be very hard to watch.
That's true. Yeah.
Just continuity
That's
wouldn't
true.
make up. But
that's fair.
when you can look past it and just be like, I'm having fun.
Yeah, exactly.
It's fantastic.
So I keep mine out of 4. I did give it a 4.5 out of 5 originally after the first watch. They then dropped to a 4 out of 5. I don't think it will go down after that. It's just, I had a good time with it, and so I'm gonna,
I would rather more Marvel movies be like this.
Yeah.
Because this proves, like, I think this had a lower budget than what Ant-Man Quantumania did.
Yeah, and that's just, that's crazy,
and
right?
that goes to show, right? Yeah, so I think 3.5, and what, you give it a 4?
Yeah, 4.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. Sure. But no, Deadpool and Wolverine was fun. Let us know what you guys thought. But, onto the big crazy stuff that happened over the last weekend. San Diego Comic-Con, we all know about it. Marvel had their panel. A lot of stuff was announced. Obviously, the biggest one, obviously everyone's heard it now, so I'm just going to straight up and say it. Robert Downey Jr. is returning to the MCU as Doctor Doom. Doctor Doom.
Victor Von Doom.
Yeah, they're bringing him in. They're scrapping Kang, and I feel a little bit bad for for Jonathan Majors. He got approached in the street the other day, and they interviewed him. And he said he was heartbroken. He said he's heartbroken, but he's happy for RDJ.
I'm sure his partner's also heartbroken.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't really.
I mean,
know.
was he? Obviously, if he's found guilty, he's found guilty. I'm not sure if he is. I'm pretty
It's
sure.
still like going. I think. I don't know.
I thought he got found guilty.
I think he was let off with a misdemeanor, something like that. I heard that somewhere. It might have been in that video.
You don't get a misdemeanor in a domestic violence.
Really? Well, in that video, I swear she says at the end. I don't know, man.
I don't think you get a misdemeanor in a DV. No, it's because a misdemeanor isn't a felony.
I don't know, bro.
So a misdemeanor is only a finable offense. I can't think of anything that I can. You can't assault somebody and only get a fine for it.
Okay, yeah, obviously it makes sense. But yeah,
you're either getting charged or you don't get charged. And getting charged means you're a felon.
Makes sense. But no, Robert Downey Jr. will star as Doctor Doom in Avengers Doomsday in theaters on May 2026. You know what else comes out May 2026? The Mandalorian and Grogu. These come out about 2 weeks apart. They're going to be fighting.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
2026 is a big year. We got to do a review on all 2026 films.
Bro. We'll be locking in with the movie pod then, guys. Oh. Avengers Doomsday and a Star Wars movie. Star Wars movie that hasn't been in theaters for how many years it would have been? 7 years now?
2019.
So 7 years in 2026? 2026 is massive. Okay, yeah.
Yep.
But Doomsday, directed by, come back to direct the 2 next Avengers movies, Avengers Doomsday and Avengers Secret Wars, is the greatest Marvel filmmakers, the Russo brothers, which is really cool. They brought him back when they were getting. I don't know if this is true, but when they were getting their deal with Robert Downey in his contract, he said He will only do it if the Russo brothers can come back and direct.
Just
That's
the
how they go.
Russo.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you think of it? What do you think of RDJ coming back as
Okay.
Victor Von Doom?
Okay, a lot of people are complaining about it. I think, yes, obviously, the same thing, but I reckon, I don't know much about Doctor Doom in the actual, like, Marvel comics, I'm just the movies, but can Doctor Doom overtake someone's body? And maybe he was after Tony Stark in another universe, he was after Tony Stark's tech and all that, so he tried to overtake him, like, become him or whatever, and that's how.
Like,
I'm fine with it.
That's not impossible, but I think that's a bit too forced.
Okay.
I don't
wonder how
know if
they
there's
do it.
any.
Like,
So
what if Peter Parker is fighting him, Doctor Doom takes his mask off, and it's Tony Stark's face? Peter will. Oh.
I mean, it's possible, but I don't know if people would like that. I don't think people would like RDJ being a
Villain.
fake. Like, it's
Also,
not
Tony Stark
RDJ
becoming a villain.
as the villain.
Nah. Bro,
So
Robert Downey Jr. really did live to that quote from Dark Knight. You either
yeah,
die a hero or see yourself become the villain.
yeah.
He's really saying that.
So what's more likely is that it'll be a new universe. Because Doctor Doom is a traditionally
Was
a
I saying the
Fantastic Four
Russo
villain.
brothers? I meant Russ.
Yes. Yeah. Russo.
I've been watching Cobra Kai season 6. It's not good, by the way.
No, it's not, Mum. I've been
not-
watching it with
it's
Mum.
not- I turned it off.
It's fine.
I
It's
don't like it.
fine.
We could maybe do an episode, but I
Nah.
don't know if I'm finishing that shit. But anyway, yeah, the Russo brothers. My bad.
Yeah. So Victor Von Doom, I think he'd come from a different universe. He'd bring in the Fox universe. So
Yep.
the X-Men, Fantastic Four.
Yep.
But so what he's just kind of wicked smart. In the comic book series, he's held. He's been one of the most powerful beings in the Marvel comics at one point. He held the Infinity Gauntlet and Odin's spear at the same time, which gave him Odin's powers.
Okay.
Right. So he's Odin with Victor Von Doom's brain, like with the Infinity Gauntlet. There's a comic book series of that. So arguably, I think comic books he may be stronger than
I
Thanos.
did actually read something like that about that, on Twitter or something.
But they don't need to use time travel in it to make it a thing, which I prefer. I always said time travel was too far, was too big of a leap, and if they're going to use it mediocrely because plot holes.
Yeah, that's a big one with it.
So I think what they'll do is with the MCU, what it kind of looks like they're going to do is just kind of collapse it all in on itself.
Yeah.
And then just use the superheroes and actors that they want, and then kind of close it all up so that it's all in one universe, and then use who they want to use. So I think my problem with Robert Downey Jr. is that it depends on how they use the character.
Yeah, no, I would agree.
Whether they can, if it's going to be the long-term villain, if he's going to be in the next 7 movies, and he's the next Thanos, right?
Yeah.
I don't like it.
Yeah. Fair.
Because then it
also
it starts to erase away
the face of Marvel back.
Well, yeah. Wouldn't you rather? You'd want to give it to somebody new, but it also erases the Iron Man that you have.
Yeah, I see those problems. So we'll have to see what they do. But
if it's short term and he's only in there for a movie, where
I think
he's used as
I don't know. Do you know much about Secret Wars? The Secret Wars comics?
Yes. So Secret Wars comics is actually based. So I don't know if I spoke to you about this, but I was saying it to everybody at the end of Endgame because I watched so many reviews and speculations and whatnot. So Secret Wars actually stems after Iron Man's death in the comics, and Spider-Man takes over as the leader. You have Ironheart who finds Tony Stark's stuff.
Yeah. Okay.
There's no Captain America. Okay.
Yep.
So, and I actually don't know who Secret Wars fights against. I can figure it out, though. I don't think it's
like Doctor Doom staying around longer, right?
No. I think Doctor Doom is actually Secret Wars villain.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I would think so. It's kind of like Infinity War and Endgame. These two could be.
Secret Wars. Let me find
the
it.
Secret War. It'll be cool regardless, but we'll see what they do. See how they go with Kang, right? They can't just leave him, right? That's a massive plot hole. They have to explain now. So I feel like I wonder what they're gonna do with Kang. They can't just disregard the character now. They can't do that. Like you can't.
Yeah, I haven't seen the end of Loki. I'm not gonna lie with you. I probably should now.
I haven't.
I appreciate the fact that they didn't expect us to watch Loki and Deadpool. Sorry, I'm reading it.
Go back.
Sorry, I got a Daredevil comic that I'm halfway through that I've started. So, yeah, I appreciate that they didn't expect us to watch Loki for Deadpool, and realistically, they shouldn't, considering the fact that Disney Plus is failing, according to the statistics at least.
Yeah, no.
But with RDJ, I don't think it'll be a cop out. I don't expect it to be a cop out.
They're gonna do it right. We got the Russo brothers.
They will.
Yeah.
But they could. I hope he's only in there for say a 3-movie arc, 3-movie trilogy.
Yeah, I can see that.
I'm pretty sure Doctor Doom is the villain of Secret Wars.
Quick Google search. Beyonder.
The villains including Doctor Doom. Yeah.
The villains. Doctor Doom, Doctor Octopus.
The Enchantress, Kang, Conqueror, Claw, the Lizard. Yeah. So I'm pretty sure it's. Yeah.
Kang
so
could have been
they can do a
so
number of
cool.
things with
I'm
it.
mad that they're not going with Kang. Kang could have been so cool.
I don't think so. I don't think that they could have done it. No, I think it would have opened up too many. Like, look at Quantumania. Do you want Quantumania to be the stand-in? Do you want Quantumania would be the start of the Kang story arc? Well, no, Loki season 1 would be technically, but
Is Kang in Loki season?
No. Well, he's at the end of it. He's got his face as a statue. Because they mess up the time. It's like it's the last thing we see.
Oh, shit. So they can't disregard this. Kang.
They can.
Really? No, they can't. Right?
Time travel's easy to fix. It's not.
They'll just
about
how they don't like the time travel.
No, I don't. And this is why, because if something does go wrong, then they have to think, and they don't have to. They haven't had the coordination. Yeah. Disney haven't had the coordination to do time travel, let alone give it to somebody and then he has a DV allegedly.
Yeah.
Like, it's bad luck, but they weren't going in the right direction anyway. I thought that it was too quick a step. Both of them, too big and too quick of a step from Thanos. With losing too many of their key superheroes, you have to rebuild.
That's true. Yeah, no.
Your Avengers is dead. Clint is 60. Nat's dead. Clint is 98. No, not Clint. Steve is 98. Sorry, I was thinking of Clint Eastwood. Because it is Clint Eastwood. Sorry. Steve Rogers is like 90.
Yep.
And Iron Man's dead. Who are you left with? The Hulk,
you got the Hulk who's
who's a bitch now.
And then you got young Spider-Man. You got young Peter Parker, who no one remembers now, by the way.
Yep. Like, there's so many other things going on that they clearly didn't have the right priorities.
What's his face?
Eternals from 2018.
Oh, dude.
Doctor Strange is just passing off his movies to Wanda.
You got She-Hulk now. Oh.
Don't worry. Ooh, I sent you a video about that. I mean, I'll tell you a little bit about it now. But basically, I think she says on Twitter, she puts out a post on Twitter that
the actress of She-Hulk.
Yes.
Yep.
That he shouldn't have had. Yeah, this is paraphrasing. I don't know if I'm saying completely the right words, but it's along the lines of, he should have had more relevant superheroes like She-Hulk and people, the Marvels, instead of.
Oh yeah, you got the Marvels.
Yeah, so he should have. They should have more relevant superheroes in this movie instead of.
Brian reply to it.
I don't think so. I don't know. Maybe he did. Maybe she took it down. But
I watched that video for sure.
What about? In my head, I'm thinking. What about the fans that? I mean, I think more fans have watched the first Fantastic Four film than She-Hulk have.
Yeah.
So talk to me about relevancy.
Fans. It's the old ones, right? That's the diehard stuff.
You want to
Not
talk?
this new
I mean,
things that gets hate.
She-Hulk. I could be wrong.
gets hate.
She-Hulk, I think, only finale reported 1.3 million views.
Not even, I don't think.
So like, I don't think
I don't know.
that
Yeah,
there's
no.
any place for that. And regardless, even if, sure, whatever. Even if you were to put your characters in, wouldn't that then take away from the surprise factor? Wouldn't that take away from the, like,
Yeah. No, that's true. Exactly.
your character returning or making a cameo is less exciting than somebody who we haven't seen in 20 years.
Yeah.
Regardless of how
No,
well that movie
exactly.
did,
What if you
that
love
still
that?
has some sort of a fan base that people
You're
appreciate
right,
seeing
yeah.
again. Whereas we saw you last year.
Yeah.
You came out last year. She-Hulk came out last year.
2022, I think. Was
Sorry,
it
2 years
was it
ago.
3? I don't know.
I don't remember. But, sorry. Like,
Yeah.
what, you want to oversaturate us now with your character?
Yeah.
So that we
It's
then dislike your character more because we've had too much of it? Like, if you think of, I don't know, what's something that's come out, any Marvel movie.
thing about She-Hulk, which was cool, was bloody having Matt Murdock in.
Yeah, well, I forgot about that.
You would.
I don't know. I think there's just a lot of people are mad at Deadpool for doing well. People are mad at Deadpool. Oh, she also says that he used the word fuck too much and that he
That was
doesn't
the whole
understand
point.
comedy.
That was the whole point.
She actually says he doesn't know comedy.
Oh my god, I'm watching this video right up. Wow.
Yeah. Do we want to talk about accolades?
I mean, I gave my stuff, everything I said. People can go watch my episode with it. You say what you want.
You already got the basis of what I think about it. I think that it makes the 9 movies, 9, I say 9, not just 6, 9 movies, less impactful, less credible, less important, just so that the directors can make themselves feel good about themselves.
Yeah.
Like, I'm okay with you changing something or making an important change, but don't make it in your jumbled mess of a TV show that nobody watches. Put it in a movie that has more impact, and that's built around the change that you're making, not about two twins for 7 episodes, and then right at the end of it you have, oh yeah, by the way, Plagueis is just, this is it, by the way.
Here you go.
This is the reason.
Sure.
Here you go. Just shove it in. Here you go. This is actually how Plagueis knows about it. This small, tiny little part of the show. Not if the show was based around it. Sure, I might think that it'd be better if it was written and based around the change and around the importance of it. Sure, but not when you throw it in at the end just to make yourself feel good about it, just to make yourself important.
Oh yeah, I'm the one that gave you that. Like Leslie. Oh yeah. Anything we get with Future or Plagueis, if it's with or without Leslie, if they create a Plagueis story, it goes amazing. Leslie's like, oh, I gave you that. You wouldn't have that if it wasn't for me. I put him in there.
Yeah. So it needlessly changes the canon. That then disregards. Then it takes not power, but you'd call it importance away from Anakin.
Yeah.
Importance away from Palpatine and Plagueis. It makes Yoda look like an idiot because he knows about it now. He knows about two twins made by lesbian witches. Yeah. Him and Kiaru-Mundi, who's, by the way, lying about his age, Yoda, like a fucking cougar. Oh, yeah. Like a woman at a worker at a gym or something. Yeah. Like Kiaru-Mundi's just, and then Yoda hiding it from the Jedi Order, like. So the amount of thing, I don't hate the changes. Do whatever changes you want. But don't make them tacky. Don't make them off-cut. Don't make them second priority. Not when you're playing with the fan base that you are. Don't pretend that you don't know you don't understand the fan base. You understand how serious the fan base is about their canon and about their lore. And just, it's a slap in the face. Yeah. an intentional, not attack, but it's an intentional change that wasn't necessary just to suit her, just to suit them, just to do what they wanted to do.
Yeah.
Without significant reason. Like, it's unnecessary. And it was clearly just to
You didn't even
do it.
finish the whole
It was
thing.
selfish. No. But was I wrong about anything?
No. You know.
So Yoda is... So Yoda knows about it, and he's known about it for 100 years.
We think so. So we just see the back of his head. And she comes in the room.
So, okay, if it's not Yoda... Well, no, but she confirmed that it's Yoda, right?
No, it
Leslie
is
Helen confirms that it's Yoda.
It can't be anyone else. No, we know it's Yoda. But the green lady came in the room and said, Master... She said Master Yoda. She said Master... my things.
Sure.
She said, Master Yoda, sorry to disturb you. She obviously would have either lied to him, told him something. She would have said, Soul, went rogue and killed a bunch of our Jedi. That's what she would have told him. Because that's how they put it.
Okay, but...
Soul's the bad guy. In the archive,
Yoda,
Soul became a Jedi
Yoda consents
betrayer.
when you're lying, right?
You would think so, but not in this stage. No, they're not going to let him.
He knew when Anakin was.
Yeah, when they're not going to let
didn't say
him now.
anything.
It's Disney, my guy. Changing it.
Well, he did, but he expected Anakin to say something.
Dude.
Okay, even take away
Soul
Yoda.
is
Even
the
if you want
bad
to take
guy,
away the Yoda
right?
argument.
Also,
by the way, the Jedi
Ren.
are dumb idiots who just run around on it for 3 months looking for stones. They're just
Smiley,
walking around looking for stones.
Darth Smiley, Kylo Ren, Sith Kylo Ren in this, whatever his name was, he's a fallen Jedi. His master was the green lady, that annoying ass green lady. Her name is Venestra. He was in
the
Jedi.
librarian?
No, the green lady, the head Jedi at this time, under Yoda, I assume.
Oh,
the
right.
Green, the main Jedi.
Yeah.
Thingy. And he has lightsaber whips on the back of on his back from her.
Oh, the show being overtly sexual for no apparent reason.
Yeah, true. That one episode when they're on that planet, mate, Osha's on it, and he goes in there naked.
Dead set. What are they doing on that planet? Like,
I don't know.
They just got metal detectors picking up rocks and shit, being like...
Plagueis
and the Padawan's
they better not know
sucking.
about Plagueis. Those two... Plagueis better be hiding in the shadows. That want to be Sith, he better not be Plagueis' apprentice or something.
The Padawan's sucking. He's been on a planet for 3 weeks. He's like, oh yeah, he's not a very good fucking Padawan. Why are Padawans sucking nowadays? Why are they being like, little bitch, I just want to go... Because his entire story arc is how he wants to go home.
Yeah.
For the entire series, he just wants to go home.
Yeah.
And then when in the final episode, when they burn the book or whatever, if they just went, because they were going to go home anyway, and then he did something. He ran away. He went looking for the girls so that he could take the girls back.
I can't.
No, I remember. I've watched plenty of people talk about it, and so, he goes off on a speeder trying to get one of the girls because he wants to go home, even though they were about to go home anyway.
Yeah.
So, but he tries to go kidnap the girls, and that's what kind of starts the final episode.
Yeah.
I can't. And then you got Osha, and what's the sister's name?
Osha May.
Is Osha the bad one, or is May the bad one?
May's the bad one, but Osha becomes bad in the end. They frame.
Oh right. Well,
she goes off with the Sith, and they frame May.
Yeah, well, okay, so May, does May, doesn't May just, she's like a bad guy through once, obviously we're in the flashbacks and stuff, but when we're not in the flashbacks, she's evil, right? She's evil, and then when she meets back up with Osha, she
switches really quick
anymore.
too, yeah. Anyway, man, I've talked about the Acolyte too much. I'm just fully done with it. If they give us a season 2, I'll go back to it, otherwise I'm not. You didn't...
Yeah.
Don't finish it. You really don't need to. It's not going to...
No, I'm not going to. As I said, I've seen too much of it. But watch that video about what they said, and you'll find it pretty funny.
Yeah. Anyway, this was a good little rant.
It was a good rant.
Good rant. Marvel and Deadpool. It's amazing. Marvel's got a bright future. Maybe Star Wars should look at them. But we got a little skeleton.
I think all companies should...
We got a little skeleton crew tease. Just don't get me into that. Oh my god, what is happening? I'll wait till we get a trailer, but what is happening, Star Wars? Lucasfilm, bro. What's happening? Disney, what did you do to us? What did you do to them? Anyway, we'll see what comes from it. I'll be back with Always 2 There Are next Sunday with Jesse. Hopefully Joseph and I will do another pod soon. See what comes up. But no, it's a good rant, good episode. And is that everything from you, man?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Alrighty. We'll wrap it up. Thanks everyone for listening. Let us know what you thought of Deadpool and all this Marvel stuff. Go watch my review on the Acolyte if you want to hear it and you haven't heard it yet. It's one of the live streams with Jesse. Will be titled. Anyway, thanks guys. We'll see you later.
Bye.